As you guys know, every month until launch, we're supposed to be getting new information regarding TDUSC until launch. Now, the first newsletter was the workshops and dealerships, the second newsletter was showing us around the map of Hong Kong Island, and the last one, which was the main newsletter, talked about the Solar Hotel. Now, of course, we are still supposed to get one this month, and I'm still having some hope that they're going to drop it before this month ends, just so that they can keep their promise. But nonetheless, I still have some new public information regarding TDUSC, so let's talk about it. Now, if you don't know already, TDUSC is Nakon's biggest game. They pumped the most amount of money into this, and I'm telling you, they are not going to give up on it. The game won't get cancelled, guys. This is something that as a business, you're gonna have to release at some point. But on this article, which was dated May 25th, talking about video games, the French publisher Nakon is accelerating its diversification. And this is exactly where the news is from, Les Echos, which seems to be basically a business newspaper or business website. And within this, the article writer is talking to the CEO of Nakon, Alan Falk. This guy, which I'm sure you guys may have not even known before, but hey, now you know. At the end of the article, the most important thing is mentioned, of course, TDUSC, where it does say towards a game as service. In the meantime, Nakon will launch at the end of the year Test Drive Unlimited Solo Crown, a massively multiplayer open world race game. After 6 years of development, the game is finished and the teams are in the process of fine-tuning it, underlines Alan Falk. It's a game to which we will add free and paid content over time that will keep the game alive between 5 and 10 years. So hold on, we have to rewind this a bit because this is a lot of new information that we've never actually ever heard about before, and let's talk about it. So first thing first, I already know people that hear 6 years development time are gonna be like, hold on, 6 years and they couldn't add houses? Bro, don't even bother saying that. Obviously 6 years ago brings us to 2017, and if you didn't know already, obviously, Nakon bought this license, the TDU license specifically, back in late 2016. Now, if you are aware of how game dev works, basically before you even start developing the game, you have to make a concept so you actually know what you're doing. You can't just build the game randomly. You kind of need to make a concept and show it first, which is probably what happened. And Nakon bought Kilton in basically late 2018, which is where I think the actual real development started for this game. Plus, when you throw in that this is Kilton's first open world racing game and they're making a TDU game from scratch, honestly, this dev time kind of makes a lot of sense. But in all honesty, forget that, guys. Let's talk about the main part of this whole article that they mentioned. The game is finished and the teams are in process of fine-tuning it. Now, this tells you a couple of things. First off, this article was dated on May 25th. And of course, how game development works is that you'll have an alpha, and then you'll have a beta, and then you'll have a release. Now, I'd like to say after the game hits beta, it's probably about 6 months dev time to actually get it working and polished and everything, because you have to remember, this is Nakon's biggest game. They do not want to mess this up. This game has to come out nearly flawless in order for it to even do well, because if we're being honest, even if the servers are bad, it's already going to get compared to TDU2. That's not what KT and Nakon want. So I think it's pretty fair to say that this game is pretty much entering its beta phase very soon. And if you do recall, in one of the newsletters, it did mention that we will be getting closed beta tests for this game. So we're getting close, guys. We're actually starting to get close to see this game in action, and I can't wait. Only time will tell when we get actual gameplay, because I think that's what a lot of you guys are waiting for, and here I am hoping that it comes before the end of summer. I mean, it kind of has to if this game is supposed to release at the end of this year. Which, speaking of, the fact that it said end of this year, I kind of think that rules out October, and I'd like to say late November or December is when this game is going to launch. But with that being said, no matter what, all of you people who said that this game is coming out late 2024, honestly, it's going to be impossible for that to happen. This game has to launch within Nakon's fiscal year. Even if you read any of the financial documents that Nakon has, you can kind of get a sense that this is very important to Nakon in this fiscal year. So chances are this game has to launch before March of next year, which is when the fiscal year ends. But continuing on, let's talk about the next part of this, 5 to 10 years of game life. First off, I don't think we're gonna see 10 years. That's kind of pushing it, to be honest. But the part that I do think is that 5 years is probably the minimum amount, and then we might see a sequel in the 6th year or the 7th year. Who really knows? I mean, it's hard to talk about a sequel when we haven't even seen the first game yet. But nonetheless, guys, this kind of confirms that we're not just gonna get 1 year of update, we're not gonna get 2 years of updates, not 3. Chances are we're getting at least 4 years of content updates for this game. And I mean, when you think about that, that is a lot of time to upgrade and evolve the TDU franchise and evolve TDUSC. which honestly I'm all in for. There's so many things that you can do to this game. In fact, post-launch content was already briefly mentioned in the previous newsletter, which I'll cover right now. Now, for being honest, the last newsletter was a bit controversial because it did mention houses would not be in the game at launch, but instead added post-launch. Let me just read to you the last bits and information regarding this. Now, it did say, this is from Alan Janou, the quote in green. He did say, "We added this fantastic place and this room to enhance the accommodation concept in the TDU series. Fans of the franchise will remember that houses in TD2 where you could extend your garage, but it was a very personal experience. Even though you could invite your friends, you must first make friends, and this is the objective of the Solar Hotel. Know that houses made an impression on TDU players. While this feature is not in the game when TDC launches, it is a part of a list of launch features we have already researched for future content in the medium and long term." So that being said, I mean, the fact we're already going to get probably 5 years of post-launch content kind of makes you think that we're going to be getting houses post-launch. That's non-negotiable, especially if all of us are asking for it. Now, it does continue to say, as you can see, to help the competition run smoothly, in its first year, the Radiant decided to host all of its members in the same place, the Solar Hotel. Now, again, this is kind of explaining that the Solar Hotel is there so we can meet people, we can kind of get interactive and more social, and then at a later date, they'll add houses. Because it does continue on to say, but there are very few limits to the Radiant's ambitions. There are many investment projects, which kind of means that there's many projects that they're going to be looking to post-launch, kind of tied into the story as well, which I do like. But it does continue to say are already being explored for future years, which again, we've already read the article that says 5 to 10 years. Again, 10 years, I'm not really gonna believe. But hey, 5 years, 4 years, I'll take that any day. We never got a TD game with this much post-launch support anyway, so why the hell not? Now moving on, these projects include real estate projects that would directly contribute to the Radiant's growth and global influence of the Solar Crown and its ever-increasing number of members. So we can probably see not just one house update for the game, we could see multiple house updates, multiple houses being added to the game as post-launch content. And as long as it's free, I think a lot of people are going to enjoy it. I mean, not the houses are free, but hey, the actual updates for this game are free, as I'm sure there will be paid content for this game post-launch, but there should still be some free updates as well. Houses being one of the updates I think that should be free for everyone. And of course, at the end of it, it does say, rest assured that all the Radiant's construction teams are hard at work and putting the finishing touches to their project so they can welcome you in the best way possible. Reservations and first tours will open soon. So that kind of makes you think the closed beta, which if you line it up with the article, is most likely going to be very soon, and I can't wait to find out. I mean, maybe that's why this month is taking so long, I kind of hope so, but hopefully we found out more information for that letter soon. And you guys already know I'm going to cover it on my channel as soon as it happens. Now, I don't really want to go too much into the potential and speculation of what we could be seeing post-launch when the game hasn't really launched yet. I kind of already done a video on that anyways. But you guys already know, TD2's post-launch support, there was supposed to be a lot. We got car packs, we got a casino, we got new dealerships, we got more wrecks. This is something that most likely we're going to be seeing in TDSC, but probably on a more revamped scale, a more constant, a more consistent scale. I mean, this could very well be one of the best TDU games to come out. In fact, we never really know. This could actually be one of the best open world racing games to come out. Hopefully we just have to wait for gameplay, so at least, you know, you don't have people saying, hold on, this game is fake, this game is canceled. Hopefully the con deal with that soon. But you guys already know what it is. I'm Alex7, and I'll see you in another video. I'm out, guys. Peace.